Welcome, everybody. It's the Hit the Ropes podcast. It's your girl, Delores. Just a pink girl in my pink world, living here on every social media platform. Yes, you have me today. The good brother J News is not here. Hopefully, we'll see him next week. But I am live on his platform. As you all know, either one of us is here. We go still live on both platforms. So, thank you. And let's go over to the Hit the Ropes studio podcast because you know what time it is. It's time to review and preview everything that goes on in professional wrestling. So, ladies and gentlemen, we over here at the podcast studio. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for what? It's time for review. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with WWE. We're going to go to Monday Night Raw. Raw was on 1680, ladies and gentlemen, and it was on 8/4 on Netflix. We had Rusev and Sheamus in a double count out. They tried to beat each other. We had Penta and defeat Grayson Waller. We have for the WWE Women's Tag Team title match, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair defeat the Judgment Day of Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. We had a non-title match where Dominic Mysterio defeated Dragon Lee. We had Seth Rollins defeat LA Knight by DQ. Hey, Jaleel. How you doing? Hold on. Let me come on the little screen because you know I gotta make sure y'all. Jaleel, how you doing? Let me get that coming out. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Let me get back to the way back, as we call it, so you all can get to the next show, which was NXT. It was on the 5th on the CW. As we all know, it comes back to back. Happy Sunday to you too. I be checking you out. I just don't be in such a rush doing some of these things. Sometimes I comment, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I can catch it live, sometimes I don't. So I'm gonna have to get better with that. And I just today started back gaming, so that might be something I started doing again. Ladies and gentlemen, we had Kalani Jordan defeat Blake Monroe by countout. We had for the WWE NXT Tag Team title match, Hank and Tank, which is Hank Waller and Tank Ledger, defeat Chase U, which is Cal Dixon and Connors. We had Miles Bourne defeat Lexis King. We had Nia Jax defeat Thea Hale. In a non-title match, we had Channing Lorenzo defeating Yoshiki Inamura. For the WWE NXT Women's North American title match, we had Sol Ruka defeat Tatum Paxley. Ladies and gentlemen, I would say it was an okay show. So far between Raw and this, I think Raw was something I liked a little bit better. Ladies and gentlemen, SmackDown. If you didn't know, I was over there on the Workhorse Wrestling Network for SmackDown and their watch along. So if you don't, go back and check it out. For SmackDown, it was on 8/8. It was 13:55 on the USA Network. MFT, which is JC Mateo, Tala Tonga, defeated the Motor City Machine Guns of Alex Shelley, and Chris Sabin. I call them like a dad version. Sami Zayn defeated Solo Sikoa. Charlotte Flair defeated Chelsea Green. And Cody Rhodes and John Cena defeated Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul by DQ. I did enjoy this. I enjoy having to watch along. It's been a long time since I did a Friday night watch along over there with the crew, and it was so fun, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you go over there and check it out. We're going to be talking about SummerSlam, which, as we know, I had a ball, an absolute ball doing night one and night two. Night two, my girl Anika came over there with me to join me for SummerSlam night two, and we're gonna go over the results. Ladies and gentlemen, it was on the 3rd on Peacock. We had for the WWE Women's World Title Triple Threat match, Naomi retained her title by defeating Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. For the WWE Tag Team Title 6-pack tables, ladders, and chairs match, it was wild. It was fun. It was a lot, but it was great. It was the Wyatt Six, Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy defeating DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, Andrade and Ray Phoenix, Axiom and Nathan Frazier, the Motor City Machine Guns of Alex Shelley, and the Street Profits of Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. We had for the WWE Women's Intercontinental title, no count out, no disqualification match. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. Very hardcore. They was going at it. Only thing that got me out of it was her getting out of the restraints to put herself back in. It was crazy. For the WWE United States title steel cage match, we had Solo Sikoa defeating Jacob Fatu. For the WWE Intercontinental title match, we had Dominic Mysterio defeat AJ Styles. And for the undisputed WWE title street fight, I'm gonna say it loud because I like to say it proud, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna do it for you one good time. My good brother, Cody Arnthal Rhodes, right here. Cody Luther Arnthal Rhodes defeated John Cena to get the title. And I want to say Cody represents all of us when I say this deep in my heart. This is where I am from. ATLANTA, that's where I stay. Zone 6. Yeah, listen. You don't want to mess with us, okay? Cody came out there, he put the state of Georgia in the nightmare, okay? Because he's the American nightmare and represented for us, and they had a great match. To talk about it afterwards, for those who are like, yes, listen, East Lake baby, I'm a East Lake baby. For those who wanted my opinion on what happened after the match, Brock Lesnar returned. For those who don't know, there's an active lawsuit against Mr. McMahon for SA and trafficking and different things, and Brock was named in the lawsuit. They were saying that Mr. McMahon passed this woman around to different people, and Brock was supposed to be one of those people, but one of the times it was bad weather, he couldn't make it, and one time he was too inebriated to do it. So bad weather and I don't know what else stopped him from being involved in this lawsuit. As far as like being sued, the lawsuit came from she did not initially file. She was awarded for NDA, and she was supposed to get paid. At a certain point, he decided he wasn't going to pay her. That's when she sued him, and then that's when the government got involved. Checked out that he had been taking some personal money from the company. He stepped down. The company was sold, and we're in this mess. Did I want to see Brock come back? No, I did not. He's here though, so I just got to deal with it. Because it kind of ruined Cody's moment. And for the past week, for 2-3 hours on end, when we talk about this block of what happened on this show, people just lose their mind. I've had enough about enough. And if you all saw Friday over there at the Workhouse Wrestling Network, we had somebody come in here and get very hostile because we were still covering WWE products, which they do one show once a week. I do watch alongs. We talk about WWE products like now. So I am a big believer. If that's your choice, that's your choice. If you personally, for personal reasons, choose not to stand with a company or wrestler, like I have my own personal stance with people, that's okay. I don't like Brock, don't kind of stand him, but it is what it is. At a certain point, that's a company. Companies are gonna do what's best for their best interest or whatever they feel is right or not right. And so I can enjoy the certain people in the company and support them without having to feel like it's all bad. And people, I mean, that's the point. Even last week when we talked about people have a right to their opinion. Everybody got, you know, their own opinions, they got their own feelings, but doesn't mean you have to force somebody to be in your opinion or your feeling. So that's why I stand on this. Maybe when J News come back, he might have something to say. If not, this is where we're gonna end this because I want to move on to the next thing, and I'm going back into the way back. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on to AEW, All Elite Wrestling. We're gonna start off with AEW Dynamite. It was 305 on the 6th, where Jon Moxley defeated Mike Bailey for the AEW TBS title Forbidden Door four-way qualifying match. Ladies and gentlemen, Forbidden Door is a show, a pay-per-view that they put on with New Japan Pro Wrestling uh, once a year. And so they will be covering it at Workers Wrestling Network. I will give you the information to get over there. And then we'll talk about the other three watch-alongs for the next 3 weeks that I will have going on here on the channel. AEW TBS Forbidden Door four-way qualifier match. Alex Windsor defeated Billy Starks and Queen Aminata and Sky Blue. AEW World Tag Team Title Eliminator Tournament semifinal match. We had Brodito, that's what they call it, says, which is Bandito and Brody King defeating the Young Bucks of Matt and Nick Jackson. And last but not least, MJF defeated Mark Briscoe. Overall, I like the show. Wasn't like extraordinary or anything, but I did like the show overall. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on to Ring of Honor. My voice is trying to leave me, and I'm like, no, don't do that. ROH Honor Club 128 on the 7th on ROHWrestling.com or their app. You have the ROH World Title Proving Ground match where Bandito defeated Gringo Loco. Jay Lethal and Satnam Singh defeated GPA and Hunter Holdcraft. We had Athena and Billy Starks defeat Laney Luck and Misa Kate. We had Los Desperados, Magnus Rahudio, and Valverde Jr. defeat the Dark Order of Alex Windsor, Reynolds, Eva Uno, and John Silver. El Sky Team of Mascara Dorada and Mystico defeated Blake Christian and Lee Johnson. On to Collision, ladies and gentlemen, which was yesterday on the 9th. It was Collision 105 on TNT, HBO Max. They simulcast all their shows except for ROH on there. We had for the AEW TNT title match, we had Kyle Fletcher defeat Tomohiro Ishii. We had Megan Bain defeat Emily Rose in 1 minute and 6 seconds. She just stomped that girl like she owed her money. Ricochet defeated Juice Robinson. FTR, which is Cash Wheeler, Dax Hardwood, along with Stokely Hathaway, defeated Joe Keys, Josh Fuller, and Ryan Hechicero defeated AR Fox. We had the Triangle of Madness, which is Julia Hart, Sky Blue, and Thekla defeat Queen Aminata, Tay Mello, and Willow Nightingale. We had Katshiri Shibata defeat Max Caster, 2 minutes and 8 seconds. He said, I ain't got time to play with you. Adam Page and Jet Speed, which is Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey, defeated La Faction Ingranable, which is Jalistico, Rouge, and the Beast Martos. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on the TNA Impact 1098 on the 7th on Access TV. It was TNA International title match. Steve Macklin versus Jake something ended in a double countout. We had a non-title tag team match where Lee Ying Lee and Zaya Brookside defeated the Elegance brand of Heather by Elegance and M by Elegance. Listen, this Elegance group, they really make me sick. Mara Sade defeated Vicious Vicky in a minute and 43 seconds. TNA Knockouts World Title Match. Ash by Elegance defeated JC Jane by DQ. And guess what? A minute and 53 seconds. Mustafa Ali defeated Joe Hendry to end the show. I like one or two of these matches. Overall, I'm just kind of getting bored by TNA as a. And it used to be like they had like banger, like at least one or two great banger matches. So we'll see. We'll talk about a preview of something they have coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on to Wrestling Revolver. And last night they had two shows for the Jerry Lynn Invitational. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Lynn Invitational was yesterday on the 9th on Trilla TV. And this is the first show date, the first set of show matches on the first show that we'll talk about. Jerry Lynn International first round wild card scramble match. Allen Angels defeated Brick Savage, Crash Jackson, Fakad, Jeffrey John, Junie Underwood. We had Killer Kelly defeat Kate Arquette. Hey, Leonica. Hold on, let me come on up to the front and let me say, hey, how you doing? Hope all is well with you. Hope all is well with you. I've been peeping in on you. When you go live, I be doing stuff for the podcast and other stuff. And I was like, I hope she know I'll be back there just pom-pom and cheering. Because, girl, sometimes I can't do that long of a live. For the Jerry Lynn Invitational first round 4-way match is Rich Swann defeating BDE, Brent Oakley, and Jake Chris. For the Jerry Lynn Invitational first round 3-way match, Ninja Matt defeated Dante Leon and Gringo Loco. Jerry Lynn Invitational first round match, Zachary Wentz defeated Priscilla Kelly. Dayton Street Fight, we had Crew defeating Dick Myers. I'm good. Hope you all are doing good out there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on to the second part of the show where we had Jerry Lynn Invitational semifinal match. Rich Swann defeated Ninja Mac. Jerry Lynn Invitational semifinal match. Allen Angels defeated Zachary Wentz. Revolver Tag Team Title Gauntlet match. The Macabre of Dreadnought and Cruel defeated Alpha Sigma Sigma. If y'all take the word from Alpha A, Sigma S, Sigma S. That explains what they are. Brent Oakley and Casey Jacobs. They also defeated Dante Leon and Fakad. Latinos Most Wanted, Cota Hernandez and Sabian Gage. Tie or Die, which is KJ Reynolds and Ryan Mathis. Last Man Standing match, which they tried to take each other to the upper room. Ace Austin defeated Damian Chambers. In a 10-man tag match, we had Team Crash, which was BDE, Big Pound, Brandon Lee, Crash Jackson, Jeffrey John defeat Team Junie of this is like amazing with the GA. Derek Dillinger, Junie Underwood, Kate Arquette, Starman Harley, Rock. We had the Priscilla Cat, not Rock, but it's the on the indies, they have weird names that they put together, and that's his weird name. Priscilla Kelly defeated Jessica Havoc. In the Revolver title 4-way match, Myron Reed defeated Brick Savage, Gringo Loco, Jake Chris. And last but not least, the last match of the night, the Jerry Lynn Invitational final match, Rich Swann won, defeating Allen Angels. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go on to the which is normally the J News part of the show, but now you got your girl, okay? It is New Japan Pro Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, New Japan, we're still on G1 Climax. These are the rules. You get points You get 2 points if you win, 1 point if you draw, 0 points if you lost. Yes, shout out to J News. Man, we be missing you when you ain't here. And as you see, Block A has Roki Goto, Oleg Bolton, Yuya Uemura, Yoda Tsuji, David Finlay, Evil, Sonata, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Callum Newman, and Ryohei Oiwa. Okay. B Block, El Phantasmo, Shota Umino, Shingo Takagi, Zack Sabre Jr., Gredo Khan, Gabe Kidd, Ren Narita, Konosuke Takeshita, Drilla Maloney, Yoshihashi. Okay. So now we're going to go into the first set of shows that we're reviewing. It was on day 11, on the 3rd, on NewJapanWorld.com. Even if they don't come live on NewJapan.com, you can always go back after the shows and they'll put it on the app. The Don Callis family, Konosuke Takeshita and Rocky Romero, defeated Shomakato and Yoshihashi. House of Torture, Ren Narita and Yoshinobu Kanemaru defeated United Empire of Gredo Khan and Jacob Austin Young. Bullet Club, Bullet Club, War Dogs, Drilla Maloney and Taiji Ishimori defeated El Phantasmo and Jado. TMDK, Hartley Jackson and Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Daiki Nagai and Shingo Takagi. For the G1, these are all A matches. We had Oleg Bolton defeat Callum Newman. Ryohei Oiwa defeated Taichi. Sonata defeated Yuya Uemura. David Finlay defeated Evil. And Hiroshi Tanahashi defeated Yoda Tsuji. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go on to the next day, which was day 12 on the 5th. We had United Empire, Callum Newman and Jacob Austin Young defeated Yasuda and Taichi. We had Oleg Bolton and Toriano defeated the House of Torture, Dick Togo and Evil. We had the House of Torture, Sonata and Yoshinobu Kanemaru defeat Hiroshi Tanahashi and Murashima. Katsuya Murashima, that's J News, he probably like, let's say the first name. TMDK, Hartley Jackson and Ryohei Oiwa. J News said so smooth. I said a little Shomakato defeated Shomakato and Yuya Uemura. Bullet Club, Bullet Club War Dogs, David Finlay and Gato defeated Daiki Nagai and Yoda Tsuji. We had for the B parts of the climax on this day, Konosuke Takeshita defeating Yoshihashi, Ren Narita defeating Gredo Khan, El Phantasmo defeating Drilla Maloney, Shota Umino defeating Gabe Kidd by forfeit. As we know, we've said it before, Gabe Kidd is injured, so all his matches will be forfeited. Zack Sabre Jr. defeating Shingo Takagi. We're on to day 13, which was on the 7th. El Phantasmo and Jado defeated Shomakato and Yoshihashi. TMDK defeated the Bullet Club War Dogs of Drilla Maloney, Taiji Ishimori. House of Torture, Ren Narita and Kanemaru defeated Daiki Nagai and Shingo Takagi. The Don Callis family, Konosuke Takeshita and Rocky Romero defeated Shota Umino and Homna. We had for Block A matches on this day, Callum Newman defeating Taichi, Evil defeating Oleg Bolton, Hiroshi Tanahashi defeating Sonata, Yuya Uemura defeating Oiwa, David Finlay defeating Yoda Tsuji. On to the next day, which was the day 14 on the 8th. We had Oleg Bolton and Toriano defeating Yasuda and Taichi. We had House of Torture, Sonata and Kanemaru defeat TMDK of Hartley Jackson and Oiwa by DQ. Daiki Nagai and Yoda Tsuji defeated the United Empire, Callum Newman and Jacob Austin Young. House of Torture, Dick Togo and Evil defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi and Murashima. We had Homna and Yuya Uemura defeat the Bullet Club of David Finlay and Gato. We had Block B matches on this night. which was El Phantasmo defeating Yoshihashi. Great O'Khan defeating Gabe Kidd, again forfeit. Zack Sabre Jr. defeating Drilla Maloney. Shingo Takagi defeating Ren Narita. Shota Umino defeating Konosuke Takeshita. Now you know what time it is. What time is it? Preview time. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start off with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Again, the G1 Climax is not over. Y'all like, it's been like a month, almost 2 months. That's how they tournaments go. We had House of Torture, Ren Narita and Kanemaru versus the Don Callis family. This happened this morning, but as you know, anything that happens on Sunday from morning to night, I do not cover it on the show unless we do a late night show. So I do not cover it. So we will talk about this next week. We had Murashima and Shota Umino versus the United Empire of Great O'Khan, Jacob Austin Young. We had Shoma Kato and Yoshihashi versus TMDK, Hartley Jackson, and Zack Sabre Jr. We had Daiki Nagai and Shingo Takagi versus the Bullet Club of Drilla Maloney and Taiji Ishimori. And we had El Phantasmo and Jado versus the Bullet Club, War Dogs, replacement for Gabe Kidd and Geto. Ladies and gentlemen, we had Block A matches today. David Finlay versus Yuya Uemura. Taichi versus Oleg Boltin. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Evil. Yota Tsuji versus Callum Newman. And Sanada versus Oiwa. Ladies and gentlemen, the 16th day is on the 13th. And it is Konosuke Block B matches of Konosuke Takeshita versus Ren Narita. Great O'Khan versus Shota Umino, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Yoshihashi, Shingo Takagi versus Drilla Maloney, El Phantasmo versus Gabe Kidd. And then we're going to go into the 17th, which is the playoff matches. We don't know who those are going to be. After the 16th day, we'll know and we'll have a better certainty to it. Now we're on to GCW. And JCW, which is GCW is Game Changer Wrestling. JCW is Juggalo Championship Wrestling. For GCW versus JCW 2-day war. And we're going to talk about night one first. Night one. We have a non-title tag team match for the Brothers of Funstruction. Ruffo the Clown and Yabo the Clown versus YDMP of Alex Price and Jordan Oliver. We have Wartime Death Match, Mickey Knuckles versus Dr. Redacted. We have a Street War Grudge match, Too Tough Tony versus the bad boy Joey Janela. We have a 6-man tag team war match of Atticus Cougar, Christian Napier, Otis Cougar versus, and I'm about to say this name, and you see how it's spelled, Cocaine, Mosh Pit Mike, Stephen Flo. Stock and all death match, Miles Clark versus Drew Parker. Alex Crowley and the Backseat Boys of JP Grayson and Tommy Grayson versus Masha Slamovich and the rejects of John Wayne Murdoch and Reed Bentley. Yes, I said that, ladies and gentlemen. That's how their characters are. Questionable Alliance 3-way match. It is Mecca Wolf, Shane Mercier versus Bam Sullivan. They all are going at it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go on to night 2 of the 2-day war, which is on the 15th, because day 1 is on the 14th. This is on the 15th. They're both on Triller TV. We have a 20-man battle royal. We don't know who's involved right now. Priscilla Kelly versus Hallie J versus Alice Crawley versus Masha Slamovich. We have the rejects of John Wayne Murdoch and Reed Bentley, ladies and gentlemen, versus the outbreak of Abel Booker and Jackson Crowley. We have Nick Nemeth versus Atticus Cougar. For the JCW American title match, Caleb Conley versus the great Sasuke. We have GCW World title match, Effie versus Willie Mack. For the JCW heavyweight title, exploding barbed wire death match, We have Matt Tremont versus Madman Pondo. Cannot wait to see that. Listen, that is one thing you're gonna see me glued on on the TV before the 15th. Now, ladies and gentlemen, TNA is having a pay-per-view, Emergence. Ladies and gentlemen, Emergence is on the 15th too on TNA Plus. You also can buy it on Triller TV. They have went down on the price, so that's $10. The TNA International title, no disqualification, no count out match. Steve Macklin versus Jake something. We have Sammy Callahan versus Mike Santana. We have the hometown man versus, as you all know, me and the hometown man, every time I have to say his name, I get a little chuckle. Versus Ryan Nemeth. The Knockouts World Tag Team Title 4-way match. The Elegance brand, which is Heather by Elegance, and M by Elegance will face Lee Ying Lee and Zaya Brookside, the inspiration of Cassie Lee and Jessie McKay, and fatal influence of Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix. We have the TNA World Title match, Tag Team Title match, where the Hardys will defend their championship, Jeff and Matt, against the Rascals of Myron Reed and Zachary Wentz. We have the TNA X Division title match, Leon Slater versus Cedric Alexander. For the TNA World title match, we have Trick Williams facing against Moose. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a watch along I will be doing next week. Next Saturday, we will be watching Triple I. Listen, Triple Mania will be on your TVs, ladies and gentlemen. Triple A has been acquired by WWE, for those who do not know. And for the first time in many of years, it'll be easy access for you all to watch Triple Mania, and especially with me. Because on the WWE YouTube channel will be this pay-per-view next Saturday. And I am doing a watch along for it, ladies and gentlemen. Times are changing right now, but we pretty much got a time set schedule for it. But for the AAA Rena Delarena's title 3-way match, Flama versus Natalia versus Apache. Ladies and gentlemen, Lola Vice, Mr. Iguana, and Nina Hamburguesa versus the Judgment Day of JD McDonough and Raquel Rodriguez. For the AAA World Tag Team title match, Los Garzas, which is Angel Humberto, versus Pagano and Psycho Clown. We have the AAA Latin American title match, El Mesisas, I think that's how you pronounce it, versus El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. I've seen him so many times. And for the AAA Mega title 4-way match, which I am excited for, we have El Hijo del Vikingo, the champion, versus El Grande Americano versus Dragon Lee versus Dominic Mysterio. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, New Japan Pro Wrestling. We will be on the G1 Climax, and we'll just have semifinal matches on the 16th. Okay? Listen, they put it on there. They putting it on there. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna come up here because you know what time it is. It's the end of the previews and reviews, but you already know it don't stop right here. It's the beginning of the spotlight, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, the spotlight will be Naomi this week, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Naomi has been killing it with her character. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, Naomi is my spotlight of the week. I appreciate her character, her having fun, her getting a shot, and to be champion is greatest thing can imagine, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited for her as champion. Listen, the girl comes out with razor blades on her coat, so and sometimes on her outfit. So I appreciate that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Let's go back to the Bain studio. Yep, here I am. Here I am. Here I am. How do you do? We won't be doing a chat GBT or a rap lyric this week. I know I'm sad. I like to do that when we both here so we both can contribute. But ladies and gentlemen, if you are on the YouTube side, you have seen a lot of links dropping. Those are for people who have really, really, really supported the channel, especially because my channel, supported my channel, have been there, have had fun with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go through it. Slim Jim Longfoot, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not went over to his channel, he's a black comic book creator who makes bomb graphics and comic books. If you haven't checked them out, please. Oh, thank you. Listen, check out Jaleel. Jaleel757 over on YouTube and all his other social medias, please. And Jaleel, when you get a chance, either in one of my inboxes, because I know you're attached to me on all my social medias, send me like if you got a QR code or something for so I can put up. Yes, and Slim has a new book out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to find out where I put it. It's probably in the watch alone. And it is. Oh, it switched over. Didn't ask you to switch over like that, sir. Let's see. Hold on. It was like, nah, we're gonna switch over to the watch alone. No, I don't want you to switch over to the watch alone. I don't want you to switch over to the watch alone. I want you to stay where you at, where you're supposed to be at. There we go. Let's see if we can get it switched over because when I click the little button, it switched the whole background off. There we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, Spectacular is a wonderful, wonderful comic. Thank you. And I've got my copy. Listen, I've been up there reading it. I've been having a good time. And I think y'all should get y'all's too. Okay? Also, if you haven't checked out the Workhorse Wrestling Network, go on gallop over there and have a good time. Scan the QR code for those who don't know how to do it. Open your camera, put it to your TV, to your laptop, and you can scan the QR code to go over there to the Workhorse Wrestling Network. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Delores of Delores Designs. This is how you can contact me. Okay? I do graphics, I do it all. If you like Delores, that QR code is so small I can't see it. I can't scan it. I got it for you right here. Right here. Right here. And I got it, Julia. It just came through. So you can scan that QR code to get to me. I'm Delores 01. I'm a pink girl in my pink world, helping you grow your world with tech and sports. Come on now. Come on over. I'm going to start back doing my little tech roundups and videos, and I might go live once or twice so you can get open questions about tech questions. Come on down. Make sure you get on in. Get in where you fit in over here in Dolores' world, okay? So, also, ladies and gentlemen, we already talked about Miss Joy Praise on Mondays. On Thursdays. On Mondays, she does blocks where she shows you how to craft. And she's going to be start doing other crafts. So make sure you go and check her out. It is MZ period JOYS 1. Okay. Also, ladies and gentlemen, you like Dolores. I saw that background for your watch along. And is because next Saturday we'll be here. And is we'll be here next Saturday. And I think the time, let me make sure I got it because they changed it twice already. And for everybody who has, I haven't seen anybody come through. For those over on Instagram, it's been an hour. We appreciate you so much, but you have to go bye-bye. Okay? So, till the end, my friends. So we're going to talk about Triple Mania. It's on YouTube. You will be able to access it. So there's no excuse. I don't got the app. I don't got nothing. If you watching me on YouTube, you can watch them on YouTube and we can have fun together. See some good luchadors doing some great wrestling here on YouTube. So ladies and gentlemen, that start time as of now is scheduled for 8 p.m. So 8 p.m. we'll be here next week on Saturday. So make sure you come and check us out. Check me out. You can come check us out the following day on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Hit the Ropes podcast. Here with me and J News. Hopefully J News will be back. And then we can get to talk the ins and outs, talk the reviews and previews, and talk about Triple Mania for the day before. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I have another watch along on the 24th at 7 p.m. That is a Sunday, if I believe. Yes, that is a Sunday. The next 2 Sundays after Saturday will be 2 Sunday lives. So Sunday at 8 p.m. you will catch me doing the watch along for NXT Heat Wave. That is on Peacock as of now. For those, we'll talk about before we leave a little something. Also, the 31st is the Clash of Champions, Clash in Paris. They used to be called the Clash of Champions. See how old I am. At 2 p.m., meaning that there will not be a Hit the Ropes podcast at 1 p.m. on the 31st. But there will be a 9 o'clock show on the 31st. So I will be doing this at 2, and by 9, we should be on the Hit the Ropes podcast, okay? For those who were wondering, and I will cover it just a little bit shortly. Hold on, let me get on over to my studio. There we go. Just want Slim to be up there. For those who don't know, I am an avid wrestling watcher. I have multiple platforms, multiple apps. I spend a lot of money just to watch wrestling. At 2026, in 2026, WWE will no longer be on Peacock. You have to be on ESPN Plus, and not the $11 version, the $29.99 version in order to watch the WWE pay-per-views. So this is how it goes. Netflix is for Monday Night Raw. Tuesday is NXT CW cable. Friday is the USA Network. Sometimes they have Saturday night main event is the NBC. And then you will have pay-per-views in 2026 on ESPN Plus. If you have a cable provider and you're a part of ESPN Plus, you ain't got to worry about it. For those like me who have Xfinity or any other company that's not listed, if you go on the website, they're trying to broker a deal so we can be a part where we don't have to worry about it because we already have cable. We already invested into this, not to have to pay extra. We may or might not. That'll just be a question that we'll have to find out at the beginning of 2026. Okay? Jaleel, if you still over there, this rage quit person. See, this is why I love Jaleel, because I think he's a mod over on my Twitch. If not, Jaleel, let me know and I can add you over there and on Twitch. Let me see. And then that way I can get you over there. I had to cut the volume down real quick. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you. See, that's why I got Jaleel. Jaleel, he out in the bushes just taking people out. But that was the last little tidbit of information as of now. Only other information I got for you is that I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Listen, the 414 subscribers I got, I didn't think I was going to get past 100. Now I got 414 of you out. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm trying to get to 500 by the end of the year, okay? I was trying to get to 400, and now we're trying to get to 500. So if I can get to 500, it's not about being monetized. It's just about the goal to want to be better and better and better. Yes, road to 500. But I want to tell y'all something real quick. We burned it down. We burned this thing down. We've had a good time. We've had a good fun time. I can't wait to see y'all next Saturday so we can play some more games. See, I'm gonna throw a little something extra in there. We're gonna play an extra game in there. We're gonna have a good time. But since it's on fire, I'm burning, you burning, we burning. But baby girl, baby boy, please put on your clothes. I ain't trying to see all that. But I know something. I know something that can help you feel a little bit of cool air. That's if I cut the lights out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great time. I hope you feel that cool breeze because I do. Sitting in the cool air, having a good time. But wait till next week. We're going to burn it down on Saturday next week. We're going to burn it down on Sunday next week. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be wrestling fun for the next 3 weeks. Next 3 weeks, you get 2 lives out of me on this channel each week. Next week is Saturday and Sunday. The following 2 weeks, it'll be 2 on Sundays. Listen, you can't help getting this good heat and having this good fun. And until the end, I want to tell you all thank you. And I want to say peace.